Hi again then guys, and welcome to the third episode of Quattroporte on Forza Horizon 3, the review series for the sports sedans or saloons, basically everything with 4 doors and a boot. And this particular vehicle, although not strictly speaking a full-on classic, is most definitely a performance classic, and it's also a speciality vehicle from, of course, Mercedes, built in conjunction with Cosworth in terms of the power plant, the Mercedes 190E Evo II, a legendary Mercedes model, and of course developed in this form in particular for touring car racing. Now, of course, fully tuned performance is only one aspect of a car's all-round ability, so what does it offer? Because at the end of the day, 150 grand is a lot of cash to spend on a vehicle that's only got 235 horsepower. So how's it going to fall as far as our rating system is concerned? Now, for those who are unfamiliar with that rating system, we break down every car in 5 distinct ways, being handling, acceleration, top-end speed, value for money, and finally, usability in racing. How versatile is the car? Then we put those 5 scores together and then tabulate that to give the car an overall score within its category, which in this case is sedans or saloons, out of a possible 100 points. So first of all we have the handling, and straight up I'm going to give the 190E, even in stock form, a 5 out of 5. The handling is so good on this car, but not really surprisingly. By today's standards, it's a pretty small sedan, and it's not that heavy either, at 1340 kilos stock. Even in said stock form, this thing handles beautifully and can easily take on a number of lower level sedans in its stock form in the B class, but when tuned, well, that's where the 190E really comes into its own, because it has such a broad range of ability all the way up to the S2 class. So overall, it's an easy 5 from me. As far as acceleration goes, I'm going to give it a 4, because although in stock form there are certainly plenty of super saloons in particular which can beat it, it has, again, such a great range of potential, and especially when tuned, the acceleration becomes among the best of any sedan in the game. Not necessarily the best, but it's definitely up there with the best of them. As far as top-end speed, I'm actually going to give it another solid 5, and the reason why is because it's so much quicker than I was expecting it to be. But not only that, it's just quick by anybody's standards. The top speed is well over 260 when fully tuned, and that is serious territory, even against a modern super saloon. That can take on the best of them. And even in lower classes with less power, the top speed is still very good, a lot better than many of the other homologation vehicles like the E30 M3, the Audi Quattro, the Lancia Delta, and many of those other older cars. As far as value for money, I'm going to give it a 4, and to be honest, the only thing which stops it from being a full 5 is the 150,000 credit price, because even for a great car, that's a lot of money within the saloon class, and there are a lot of brilliant cars that are roughly half the price of that or even less. So it's not the best value, but were it not for that high price, which is still understandable, it would definitely be a perfect 5. And finally, for the usability, I'm returning again to a maximum score of 5, because as I've mentioned before, it's just such a versatile vehicle. It's fantastic for road racing, because it was designed to be fantastic for racing on tarmac, but due to the nature of its origins, the era that it comes from, and even the style of vehicle, it can actually do surprisingly well off-road as well, given that the car does have kind of a Group B rally style look to it, and it actually lives up to that really well. It's just such a versatile and usable all-rounder that may be from back in the day, but can definitely take on modern rivals. And overall, that means that I'm giving the 190E a score of 92. But that's it for this installment. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.